listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Give me a little something, Ralphie.
Go ahead, Greg. Your turn.
Your turn, Greg. What's up, family? It's a little AM in the PM and PHIX combo show here on A2D Radio. We're all quarantined up, but listen, our Super Bowl is 24 hours away, baby, and that is the NFL draft, something we've all been looking forward to here on A2D Radio, and not only on A2D Radio, but everywhere. You know, we did an A2D mock. That's how geeked up we are for it. So it is all draft all night tonight. Tom Arnone, Ralph Dellavecchio, Ryan Brodo, Steppy, Jules, Frank Vespe, the family out there, join us. We are brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Dumbest thing in a week, we'll talk about at the end of the show. Give it to us, whatever it may be. It might have nothing to do with the sporting world. Doesn't matter. Ask us anything. That goes for the whole show. So please chime in. Get things off your chest, which ties into trade up or trade back. Yell and scream about that. Get it off. We'll talk about it tonight. Our main topic, though, is Eagles 2020 draft previews. We all got ours. We all got our mocks together right now for the first 4 rounds. It's going to be exciting. So we're going to have a ton to talk about. And our poll question brought to you by Ambuck Services. That's AMBUCK services.com. 20% off. Tell them the boys from H2D sent you. Gutters, gutter guards, gutter cleanings, anything outside, they got to take care of at Ambuck Services. If the Eagles don't trade up, you'll be disappointed. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. We're live, and everywhere you get your podcast, you can find us as well. Like, subscribe, follow, family, join in. Let's talk about it. If the Eagles don't trade up, you'll be disappointed. And when this was first brought to the table today, no, I won't if they get the right guy at 21. You know, it all depends. You know, if they're reaching at 21 and they don't go up for a guy, then I'm going to be fired the heck up. But if they get a guy at 21 that's impactful and come in and is a difference maker day one, all right, I'm good with staying at 21. But if them guys start coming off the board and you start getting worried and you got a guy on your big board and you don't think he's going to be there, then you got to make a decision in game. Right now you're a player, Howie, and now you got to go up and get somebody. So that's going to depend. But right now, would I be disappointed if they don't go up? No, because in my mock, I got the guy that I want. Now, listen, if you go one way in the first round, you could get hurt in the second round for getting a guy. It just depends. It's all crapshoot. So we're going to find out. But to me, I disagree with the poll. I'm not going to be disappointed because if I can get a guy at 21 that's impactful, it doesn't matter. But now, do I want to go up for Judy? Yeah. Would I just be disappointed if we got Queen at 21 instead? No. So I disagree with the poll. Boys, agree or disagree?
I disagree to the poll. I big time disagree to the poll. I just 21 is looking nice, but if you're there still, you already know who I'm taking at 21. It's my boy Patrick Queen. If you don't trade up, so I wouldn't be disappointed if we don't trade up.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I would say disagree as well. And Tom, you know, you and I kind of talked about this earlier. It seems like over the last handful of weeks, ever since especially that CeeDee Lamb rumor came out, this time last week, actually 1 week ago to the date, it seemed like everyone has switched from, oh, let's just stay here at Jefferson, or, oh, let's trade back. Everyone's fixated on trading up now. And I completely understand that because we know the difference between the top 3 or to some people the top 4, including Jefferson, and everyone else. We understand that Judy is going to be very good to great. And the same that could be said with Lamb and obviously for Ruggs and, so on and so forth. So would anybody be mad? Would I be mad if they trade up? No, absolutely not. If I can put one scenario out there and say, oh, if I can choose whatever they do, I would trade up because I think you go out and get your guy for Carson and you need difference makers on this team. But given how, I should say, deep this wide receiver class is and the options that we can have not only in the first round but the later rounds, I'll only be disappointed, to your point, Tom, and to you also, Ralphie, if we, number one, don't trade up, and then we follow it up with a reach pick or a position that we just don't need to address in the first round. Then I'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
Because then we're letting an opportunity go. But if we're able to get a difference maker or a really good player wherever we're going in the first round, whether it's 21 or further back or maybe not as far up as we want to trade, I'm going to be happy either way because there's a lot of options. But listen, I'll be extremely happy and we'll be cheering like we won a friggin' Super Bowl probably if they trade up tomorrow. I won't be disappointed if they won't, though.
It's not the end-all be-all.
Exactly.
Not the end-all be-all. Now, if your guy's a franchise guy like I think Judy is,
Mm-hmm.
and can change your franchise offensively for the next 8 years, then I go up and get my guy. If I don't believe that, then I stay at 21, and I hope a guy falls to me that can be impactful day one. Greg, disappointed if they don't trade up? Agree or disagree?
No, I disagree. I on the same wavelength as all of you. If that's what you do, that's what you do. I'm all for, and I've always been all for staying at 21, taking best available, or dropping back a couple, stay within the first round, but dropping back a couple to 26, 28, somewhere in that range to potentially grab an extra pick. Or, if all your, for example, wide receivers are going at 21, right? And the guy you want's not there, then trade back. But I'm all for staying at 21, taking best available.
Jules?
No, I agree with the rest of you guys. I will say I do want them to trade up and get their guy. If it's Lamb or Judy, go get your guy, Howie. But I'm here for the defense as well if we don't trade up at 21. Okay? However, I can't really tell you how I'm going to feel until the Minnesota Vikings are on the clock after the Eagles make their selection. So I can't call it either way. So I really want a defensive player at 21. If they can't trade up, I don't know.
Well, then you're with me, Jules. You know what I mean? Listen, it's a crapshoot.
I lost my train of thought for a second.
No, you're fine. It's a crapshoot in the second and third rounds when you talk about the wide receiver positions. But listen to me. I said it a million times. You can hit. You can hit if you can gauge talent. You can hit in the second and third rounds at the wide receiver position. Teams do it all the time. Teams miss in the first round at the wide receiver position all the time. So to me, go get me the best guy on the board at 21 and call it a night. And then night two, now, hey, I got to put my big boy pants on and go address that position. And if that's trading up in the second round to get a guy, or drafting a guy in the second, or even drafting a guy in the third and everybody's up in arms, but the guy ends up being an impactful guy, that's all that matters. Teams do it all the time. You look at some of the better wide receivers of all time, they're later round picks. They're second rounders, they're third rounders. They're all mixed in there. They're first, second, third round picks usually. We talk about the like Pro Bowlers, all NFL guys, right? You know what I mean? First team, all pros. Them guys are usually first, second, or third round picks. They're not necessarily just first.
Exactly.
Right?
For every bust there is in the first round, there's about 2 or 3 hits.
Yes.
A receiver in the second round.
Chad Johnson always comes to mind, right? Chad Johnson, T.O. I mean, there's some older guys, but guys come to mind instantly when you talk about that position. So, Frank, do you agree or disagree with the poll? If the Eagles don't trade up, you'll be disappointed.
See, it all depends on where we're going to go at 21.
And
If
then
we
we
don't
lose
trade
Frank
up,
right on that. Wow. Save that. That's phenomenal. We lost him right on that one. He's back.
Yeah, no, he's here. He's here.
I'm here.
I lost him on my end. So
Okay.
Okay. It all depends on what we're doing at 21. We gotta hit the pick at 21. If we go get another defensive end, I will lose my mind and I will be extremely disappointed. If we hit a linebacker, a safety, a corner, I'd be fine with that. If we get a receiver without reaching too far, I'm hearing rumors about Brandon Ayuk going at 21. That's a reach. I'll be disappointed if we reach at 21. But I really want them to trade up. I want them to get one of the big three. I'll be super excited if we get one of the big three. But if we miss the mark on 21, it's going to be a very, very uncomfortable draft for me.
well, I think it'll be uncomfortable for everybody. You can't,
I know.
You can't miss. You can't miss at this point.
You can't miss it.
And when you talk about
No, you're right. I mean, that's how important this pick is, wherever you're drafted at. That's just how important it is.
Looking at Quentin Maurice says, "You get me Judy and Hamler, we're good." Now he wants both of them.
What's a double dip?
You're going to look at my draft. I'm going to have one of the two in mind.
We're traded up in both then, in both rounds.
Well, maybe you're not. Okay, stay tuned. All right, maybe we're not, Greg. Okay, and Taylor takes the words out of my mouth. We want winners. That's what I want.
Absolutely.
When I look in the first round, I want LSU cats. I want Bama cats. I want guys who have won. Right? I want Jerry Jeudy. I want Patrick Queen. I'll take Jefferson. People are down because he's a slot guy. He's down because he's a slot guy. The whole league's designed around the slot now offensively. Can slot guys beat nickel corners man to man? Okay, that's what the whole league's based on.
You know what I don't understand? Really, is the knock on Jefferson is that he don't play to his 40 time that he ran at the combine. He plays much slower than that. What the fuck does it matter? A guy caught 111 balls.
He's reliable. He's one of the most reliable guys in the draft.
What his game speed plays at?
Exactly.
Okay, so if Jefferson and your best defensive player that you have on your board at that time is at 21, are you taking who are you taking at 21?
Well, it depends on who the defensive player is. If it's Murray, if it's Murray and Jefferson, then there's a debate. If it's friggin'
so Jefferson and Queen are at 21 sitting there. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Jefferson.
Who am I taking, Jefferson or Quinn?
Jefferson or Queen at 21 if they're both sitting there.
I'm taking Queen.
Smart man.
Yeah, I'm going Queen in that scenario too.
It's close, but listen. I mean,
there's enough wide receivers around.
That's a linebacker that when you watch him,
side to sideline, elite.
Yes,
you want elite coverage? Elite.
So athletic.
Yeah, Ralphie
can cover well, right? Ralphie can cover well, and when you talk about just different things he can do, when you talk about blitzing the quarterback, he can go get him. Oh, he does everything well, and when you watch him, you think he's safety.
If JD says if game speed doesn't matter, then why is Ruggs so high?
Well, because people are copycats. When you talk about Tyreek Hill, and you talk about other guys that are explosive and smaller, teams think that they can just we can pull that off. Right? This is the same guy, so we're good to go, and that's what teams think. It's a copycat league.
And also, he was that high coming into the year too.
Yeah,
coming into the college football season before he played this year and he ran his combine, he was the top second or third rated wide receiver in the country anyway. So that has a lot to do with it as well. He's good.
Yeah, Bryce said Jefferson 111 catches. Something we talked about.
We lose him.
Uh-oh. Now what do we do?
He's back now. You're back.
Oh, there you go.
It's Greg pulling my internet down out here.
I'm not doing anything. But yes, it's my fault.
Well, got blame on somebody.
What were you saying, Tom?
Well, I was just saying Jefferson 111 balls. I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass what conference it's in.
Yep.
And it's in the SEC, so it makes it even better.
Mm-hmm.
And you talk about reliability and all that. Yep, all day.
I wasn't saying game speed don't matter, but don't tell me that the guy ran a 4.4 at the combine.
Marquis says
the knock on him is that
the issue is if you go Queen and whiff on receiver in the second again, you failed.
Absolutely.
$132 million man.
Yep.
No, he's spot on there. I think he had another good comment earlier. He's like, what did he say? Sorry. He's like, I already wrote my will and suicide note. If we take an LB or N in the first round, it's been real A2D fam.
Oh man. Don't be upset if we take Queen.
I'll be fine with Queen or Murray.
Don't be upset with Queen.
Yeah, I know.
Howie has to hit in the second round.
Yeah, I mean, if not the second round, he needs to hit every single pick. We can't be missing out.
It's going to be hard to hit every single pick.
If you go defense first round, which I think a lot of us potentially expect us to do, right? Especially if you stay at 21.
Yeah.
I see them more of an option of trading up in the second round than necessarily trading up in the first. But I still think if you can get the 35, 40 area, somewhere in there, you can still get an impactful guy right at in that second tier, but they probably won't be there at 53.
Yeah.
You know, you talk of potentially Reagor, Ayuk, Hamler, you know, Mims potentially even.
I think
those guys would be. What's that?
I think one will be there
potentially, but I think you got to get above the. I think the number is 50, and the Cowboys. You got to give above them because I think they're taking at least a wide receiver in the second round.
J Max says, "What do you think about Jefferson at 21 and then Higgins at 53? Both bigger receivers, or would you want a speed guy as the 53 like Hamler?" Now, I
want Hamler at 53.
Yeah, I'm not touching.
We need the speed.
Higgins
at 53, I would have no issues with Higgins. At 53,
at 53, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But I'm not thinking back-to-back wide receivers, though. I can't. Nope. You know, I can't.
No, you have too many holes. You can't do that.
I can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to take a million wide receivers." Like I drafted one in the second round last year. He's got to be able to play a little bit.
Yeah, I can't go back to back rounds like that with too many holes. I can't do it.
Gongo says Jefferson would be a 1 or 2 receiver prospect most years. I actually have him as my 3 ahead of Ruggs. And I also have him 3. And Tom, I think when we were talking about the way we rank, I think you have him ahead of Ruggs at 3 also, correct?
I put him 2.
No, you put him 2? Okay.
I put him ahead of Lamb. I mean, listen, man, it's production, baby.
Reliability.
It's production. This is a grown man's conference that's going on in. A bunch of guys that are first, second, third round picks that are getting drafted. These are pro players. 111 damn catches. Okay, CeeDee Lamb, ain't nobody press nobody in the Big 12 ever. Ain't nobody get physical with anybody in the Big 12 ever. Doesn't mean he can't play. Just means that the other guy, team's got physical with. So I'll take my chance on him. Out of the 2.
Niners want to trade 13 or 31. If we don't trade up, what do you think about Mims at 21, then trade for 31 and get Rager? Now, I don't want Mims at 21.
You can't double dip with wide receiver.
Yeah, you can't be
doing guys.
Listen, Mims is not a first-round guy.
Nope.
Nah.
He's late first, early second for me. But if we go back-to-back wide receivers in the first round, it's like, what? Like,
I'll punch out.
I get it, but at the same time, it's like you need to get somebody on defense at 31.
The closer we get to the draft, the more nervous I'm getting is that Howie's really going to reach.
Yeah,
he's going to reach.
Too many,
and I might punch myself in the face.
I got a bad feeling.
Jules, too many names have come out recently.
Yeah.
Like names I don't want in the first round. Like
Ayuk, the Ayuk thing.
Yeah, the Brandon Ayuk shit is what are we doing, dude? Like, if you take him at 21, I might fucking run out in traffic, to be completely honest.
No, I'm right with you because if I don't know your name, I take it as disrespect.
Yeah.
Make sense? Like if I can't say your name, I take it as disrespect. So I can't say your name, so you're not good. That's how I look at it. And I'll listen. You know what I mean? I'll hold the Bible and you know.
Yeah.
Pray on that one. That's never wrong. Happens sometimes.
Well, and again, like we talked about on the mock draft show.
The Greek freak, you know, it happens when you can't say a guy's name and he's filthy. But
spelling bee?
That's once in a great while.
Yeah, true. He's the outlier. You know, on the mock draft show, we talked about that. Yeah, Ayuk has a lot of, you know, good qualities. But at the end of the day, it always finishes off with saying, oh, he just needs 2 to 3 years. Anytime you say that, it cancels everything else for me. It's not like 2 years ago where we could afford to, we'll have a project wide receiver because we have guys like Alshon and so on and so forth. We need whoever we take first at wide receiver, whether it's the first round or second round or wherever. It can't be a project. Ayuk,
I can't do that no more.
If in every write-up and everybody's saying, he just needs time. No. I'll take somebody in the 5th round that I can wait for some time.
This virus is real. I don't got time.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what I mean? Like if it gets another wave coming, I got to win another one. You know what I mean? I don't got time.
Yeah.
Which makes me want to go all out for Judy. But, you know, 'cause I don't got the time. I agree with all these comments in here. I got to go get my franchise quarterback weapons. If that's in the first or the second, I got to go get them weapons. You have 3 4th-round picks, right? 3 4th-round picks. You can dangle with your second and get up in the second if you want. Not using all 3 4ths, but you can get your second and a 4th can get you somewhere up 10 picks in the second. It can. It easily can.
And even you can move into the 3rd as well. You can give some players away to get more picks.
To get up higher and try to hit more. You know, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine if you took if you trade up in the second, you trade up in the 3rd, and you got an impactful wide receiver in the second and another impactful guy in the 3rd. I got no problem with that.
Here we go. Yeah, I mean your third round picks, they're whatever chart, they're about 40 to 35 to 45 points each. So you have to, that's what they go off of with the draft. So yeah, I mean, is that when you traded Rasul Douglas plus somebody, right? Todd Womack's got us traded every pick in the next 3 rounds, next 3 years to get up to 9th.
Yikes.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but holy smokes. Jags give up the 9th, Fournette and Ngakoue, and we give them 21, one of the 4s, a 1st next year, a 3rd next year, a 5th next year.
Jesus Christ.
I have a headache now.
No, these are all this year.
And it's all that's going to be like a cap nightmare.
Yeah,
coming up. So
yeah.
I if I was playing Madden on easy mode with the GM restrictions removed, I would make that trade, but absolutely not.
Marquez, he says Chenault is going to be the guy everyone is pissed they don't take. And I'm concerned not about his talent, Marquez. I'm concerned about the injury history.
Yeah.
That scares me to death with this guy. He could end up being a really good player, and I get it. But once you see all the history already before you step in the league, man, it really scares me. It really does.
No,
And
where
fact,
you too, David? We have enough injuries on this roster.
Yeah.
Year in, year out.
That does have a lot of talent, though.
I just think he does.
I mean,
he does.
the guy out of
Greg, second round talent.
I don't
first
disagree.
round talent.
Not with the injury history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your talent turns into second round talent now. Yep. Now, Marquise, I'm good with going up in the second round and getting them. I look at that value differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just do.
I just feel like the guys that have injury histories in college are going to be the ones that drop the most because obviously the team doctors can't get their hands on them. So why are you going to take a guy that in college couldn't stay healthy, and your team doctors couldn't get his hands on? Almost like Tua, right? I mean, Tua could free fall tomorrow night just because some teams don't know about his hip and stuff. Because 1 week it's the hip, the other week it's the ankle, next week it's the wrist. Like they don't know about Tua. It's just because the team doctors haven't been able to get their hands on him.
Look at this, bro. If you can't stay healthy in college and take the wear and tear, what makes you think you're going to stay healthy at the next level's wear and tear? Now the men are bigger and faster.
And on top of
they're hungry.
And he plays in the Pac-12, another conference that plays no defense.
And now we're going to Pac-12 receiver again. Have we not learned our lesson?
Yep.
And on top of that, when you get older, you don't get healthier. As you age, you do not get healthier.
Doesn't work like that.
Well, the weed's good now, though, so we're good.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody playing at their 50.
Josh Gordon. Anybody see Josh Gordon? Josh Gordon, anybody?
I'll take him.
So I don't think this is true. Todd Womack. So Judy knee injury doesn't scare you guys. No disrespect to Natalie hanging off. No disrespect to nobody. I don't mean no disrespect, which means I can say whatever the hell I want to say. And Jules, go ahead and just say what you said earlier because I don't want to steal that thunder. Stick to what?
Huh?
Stick to what?
Stick to reporting.
Yeah.
Stick to the updates. Stick to the updates.
Stick to that. You know what I mean? Hold on a second. Stick to this. Stick to this kind of shit. Here, I'll give you a little something. Stick to this. You know what I mean? Like stick to the update room, like you said. You know, you have a place.
I don't know where she even got that source, and where she has the audacity to.
She got sources.
Yeah, she's got sources. Nobody heard anything about that report until yesterday.
If it ain't from Schefter or Rappaport, I ain't believing it.
And then Derek Gunn backs her up and says, "Oh yeah, it's true."
Yeah, he backed her up.
Yeah, he backed her up.
He backed her up.
He backed her up.
Sources.
DM slid.
The D gun.
To me, it sounds like propaganda. It's like the Eagles contacting her, be like, "Hey, can you put out this story so he drops a little bit?" That's what it sounds like to me. Like, oh, we're gonna try and trade up for him.
You know what? I would totally agree with that, Riker. That's a great point.
Mm-hmm.
If it was 94-1, you know what I mean? That's paying. You know, the Eagles are paying their bills. Then it would make sense.
True.
If it was like, hey, throw this report out there. But I don't believe it. And if it's true and he falls, then thank God. Because when have all these injuries happened in college that I missed?
And apparently it was in 2018. Like the guy played almost 2 seasons.
Yeah, his freshman year he had the injury, and that year he still played on it. So I mean,
I didn't see no knee injury when he's cooking guys for 9 catches for $180.
Yeah. Yep.
What was I going to say? Somebody said earlier the comment went away. that on one of the big mock drafts, they had the Cowboys taking Judy at 18. First off, no, because if that happens, if Judy gets past 15, you're moving up. You can't, there's like a special window. I'd argue once he gets past 15.
And Dallas is at 17, so there's a good chance if he falls around 15, Dallas can take him at 17 right there.
Yeah, but I'm not. But my point is, Frank, I'm not letting that happen. And if Howie allows that to happen, that's foolish.
They don't take him. They don't take him.
I know they won't take him, but there's the worry. There's the worry, though.
No, there's always worry when the roaches are floating. I hear you.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with it. That's just not a hole they need. They were going to pay. They paid Mark Cooper. They said, "Hey, we're going to pay Mark Cooper." I think they like Gallup. I'm not, whatever. They can like Gallup, but if they think Judy, we're screwed because then our whole conference gets, Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons, and Jerry Judy.
Yeah, and I don't buy into that also because they're looking at Christian Cook and friggin' Marquise Goodwin. So they have other options.
Yeah.
What happened, Tom?
He's frozen again.
Oh, that's
froze, literally.
You were frozen like this, Tom.
I know, because it's all over because of it. I don't even got my Wi-Fi on my phone. I'm hardlined in. And he's been frozen on my screen the whole time.
Yeah. Greg's struggling.
I'm here now.
Oh, yeah, you're here. But every time you're here, Tom leaves.
Yeah,
I'm trying to do everybody a favor. No, I'm kidding.
Nothing do.
I got nothing on I got nothing on up here, so
turn your Wi-Fi off on your phone.
I'm not. Yeah, I will, but I'm not even on it. But yeah,
all right, we'll do it. I mean, I don't care.
No, definitely
wasn't a request.
We're done. We're done.
Greg Davis. I think Ruggs falls and Jefferson goes before him.
Possible.
Yeah, we agree with that. Now I think the only reason not is because teams fall in love with the 40. That's the only reason not.
I think if all three wide receivers are gone before the Eagles pick, the one team I have moving up and jumping the Eagles for a wide receiver is obviously the Minnesota Vikings. Yep. Jumping us and taking Justin Jefferson if he's still on the board before we select.
They could very well, Ralphie. That's a good point.
Especially because they now have two.
Yes.
Right? They have the one after us, which is the Bills, and then they have
they have 22 and 25.
26, right?
25.
22
and 25. Yeah.
I could also see the Packers
Washington Redskins next year, though.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you say?
We all better watch out for the Washington Redskins if they do draft Chase.
Oh, absolutely. That front four is already loaded as it is with Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat. You have Ryan Kerrigan there. Matt Ioannidis is there as well. And then you add Chase Young. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's never going to end.
What was I gonna say? Oh, and I could also see the Packers making a big move up. I know they're sitting at 30. That's way bigger of a jump than, the Vikings at 22 and 25. But I could see them definitely trying to make a big jump to a wide receiver. If it's not all the way, past the Eagles, a few picks up, from 30 to into the 20s.
See, that's interesting because I think Green Bay is sitting there at 30 and just saying, somebody dropped to me, right? Because I have Adams and I have the hyphen, I could sit there and take a chance on Chenault at 30 and potentially let him come up, right?
The hyphen? Who's the hyphen?
I think we're Talaire.
No.
Not that hyphen?
Valdez Scantling?
Yeah, Valdez Scantling.
Oh, see, I don't even put him. That guy, he stinks. So I don't even put him into the equation.
The entire Packers receiving course stinks.
Except for Adams, yes.
Except for Adams.
But I think that they're primed to sit there and saying, I'll take Ayuk, I'll take Reagor, I'll take
the scraps.
That's could be, right?
Yeah.
Ayuk
it's very like that too.
That's as high as Ayuk should go, and that's the Packers at 30. That's as soon as he should go. Anything earlier than that is ridiculous.
And that's a reach too, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fine. That's a need of theirs. It's fine.
And they can afford.
Be surprised if Green Bay goes defense in the first round to just try to continue to get better on that side of the ball.
Which had a lot of success recently.
They could use Murray. I mean, what did they get exposed in? The run game, right?
And they lost Nick Martinez.
Look what they get exposed in the playoffs. The Niners shoved the ball down their throat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they couldn't use Murray.
I think if they are going to go Murray, they're going to have to jump. They're going to have to jump the Ravens, and they're going to have to jump the Saints to get him. Because the Saints need a linebacker as well, and the Ravens haven't had a linebacker since Ray retired. So, and if Murray starts to slip, you're going to have to jump both of those teams to get him. Especially if the way it is, the four wide receivers off the board and Queen goes to Philly, Then you have if you're what you're saying with the whole linebacker situation out there in Green Bay, you got to look at those two teams to trade up, the Packers to jump in and to get Kenneth Murray.
All right, so let's get to some of our mocks for the first 4 rounds. Sort of give the fam, our reasons on why we went the way we went, or if we stayed put or went up and down. We'll give you our opinions, and then you guys let us know what you think about, our mocks that we put together for the night for the first 4 rounds.
All right, who wants to go first? Say I.
Go with Tom's first.
All right.
Go a missionary. Keep it simple. We're gonna go with the missionary position.
All right.
All right. So listen, I stayed put on mine in every pick, which, let's be realistic, is not going to happen throughout Thursday and Friday. There's going to be moves made by Howie Roseman. Nobody knows what they're going to be. So I'll stay put and act like everything when it's planned in terms of our picks. So at 21, listen, Patrick Queen fell to me. I keep watching more and more stuff on him. He's a can't miss guy to me. He's a playmaker. Ralphie talked about sideline to sideline, tackles great in open space, can cover well, does everything well. So love Queen at 21. To me, I think he's the top 12 talent in this draft. I think it's mind-boggling that he'll even get to 21. So if I think I got an opportunity to get him, I'm taking him, and he covers like a safety. And that's what I really like about him, is his cover skills too. So Queen at 21, and then 53, Hamler fell to me. Do I love him? No. But does he have a role? Yeah. He does something you do in college translate? Yes. Stretch the field. Take tops off defenses. That translates. Ability to make guys miss in open space. Translates. Right? So all them things work to a guy like that being able to come in the NFL and be impactful day one, right? Impactful. Will Hamill ever be like a number 1 option? No. Not in my opinion, but he can be a very good 2, very good 3-ish. And if you could be a great 2, that's a home run hit at 53, right, boys?
Absolutely.
Yes. And then we go to the 3rd round, and Kayvon Wallace, safety out of Clemson. Listen, you see where I'm staying, baby. Right outside of the Penn Stater, where did I go back to? I went back to a place I know and trust. And that's a safety for my future, right? And you're going to see, Jules, you're going to love this. I went a little Lido Sheldon here back in the day.
I see it.
All right. I went a little Lido Sheldon family. I'm thinking Andy. Thinking like Andy. Right?
Double dipping.
Kayvon, another guy. Listen, I think he tackles well. At the safety position, he's a flat-out athlete. And granted, it's not the SEC, but Clemson pretty much is, right? So you look at Clemson as pretty much an SEC caliber team, speed-wise. This one's always gets me. I can't even say his name, but Mr. Evans at Appalachian State.
Darrington Evans?
Darrington. It's a tough one. Darrington Evans at Appalachian State. Watch some stuff on him, guys, because I know you're going to say, oh, Tom, we got Miles Sanders. I know. But I want playmakers. And this guy with the ball in his hand is a playmaker. So the more of them we can surround Carson with, the better. So go watch a little bit on Mr. Evans. Get back to me and tell me you're not impressed. Now, you come up into the 4th round here, and I went the end because you can't have enough of them. And I went to a school that I trust for athletes. I went to the U, baby. And that's Mr. John Garvin. Okay. Just a guy. When you get into the 4th round, it's crapshoots. Can he turn into a starter in this league? Maybe. But you know how this goes. Now, the next pick can flat out be a starter in this league. And that's J.R. Reed. Flat out starting this league. It's a Georgia kid. I was excited about this one, that he was still on the board. And then I thought to myself, look at Lido and Sheldon here, right? With Kayvon Wallace and J.R. Reed. Don't got to play day one. Don't have to get rushed in. And you don't need a 3rd rounder or a 4th rounder playing day one. That's not what you expect out of 3rd and 4th round guys. So they can learn, right, from a pro and Rodney McLeod, and then decide what they want to do with Jalen after the year. And if Jalen ends up being a great safety, then guess what? You're in a good place. You got talent. And that's my picks. And I think right away, your 1st round, 2nd round, and Evans can step in and be impactful day one for you. Day one, they all do stuff that translates to the NFL. Evans, explosive, can take a normal, dive play to the house. That they're guys I want. Make one guy miss, go, right? Hamler, Greg seen him, one guy miss, go type guy, right? Phenomenal
Absolutely.
deep threat in the slot. Queen, Ralphie, we can't say enough about him. I mean, plays linebacker like a safety and cover skills, and it absolutely wants to take your head off. And you watch the tape on him, and it's just so explosive. How do you drop out of the top 10? You're the exact definition of what you want an NFL linebacker to be. Murray's not. He's the old school. So that's my guy. That's my list, guys. I hope you liked it. And that's missionary. And, at times like this quarantine, I know people aren't into the missionary game. So I get it.
I love it. Missionary.
While you were doing your mock, there's a comment in here. I almost went cross-eyed when I friggin' read it.
Well, somebody didn't like it.
Oh, Dane, yeah, I saw that.
Straight up with my Cardinals for pick 8 and Christian Kirk for pick 21 and Lane Johnson. I can only dream.
Well, luckily, it's a dream. Because that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a friggin' nightmare.
Yeah, it's too much for me to take.
I mean, you trade up to 8, you get your offensive tackle because you're getting Christian.
Shut up, Greg. Shut up now, Greg.
Stop it, Greg.
No.
So now we're going to put 2 young tackles on the outside. That's fun.
Great.
That's fun. You want to talk more injuries next year? Is that the direction you want to go, Greg? You can shove that up your ass.
It wouldn't be me if I didn't agree with it.
Ralphie?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. I just saw in the preview window, by the way, Ralphie.
Thanks, Bryce.
You had it zoomed for a second.
Yeah, but it cuts off.
Thanks, Todd.
It cuts everything off.
Appreciate you. That was missionary picks.
I absolutely love the double dip at safety in that draft.
You what? I did it sort of for you.
I absolutely loved it.
I did it sort of for you. It was like, Joe's going to love the Lido Sheldon, but we're going safety, so it's a little different, but the same.
Ralphie?
All right, so this is what I have. Hope you guys like this as well. Obviously, Howie put his big boy pants on, grew a set of balls, and moved up in the draft. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb and Henry Ruggs aren't there, and Judy falls a little bit down to 13 with the 49ers, and the rumors is, 49ers are willing to trade 13 and 31, or 13 or 31. So the Eagles trade 21, 103, 127, a second next year, and a fifth next year to move up and get their guy in Jerry Jeudy to give Carson Wentz his toy for the future. Also, you keep your second-round pick in 53, and you take Josh Uche from Michigan, a linebacker, a guy that can come in, be a starter, be a rotational guy as well. He can play. He's not a Patrick Queen or a Kenneth Murray, but he can come in and he can still play ball. I really like him, even though he went to Michigan. Fuck Michigan. Go Spartans. Obviously, in the fourth round, you keep both of your fourth-round picks. 145, John Hightower, speed wide receiver from Boise State, because we all know that Deshaun Jackson can't stay healthy for more than 5 games in a year, so you replace Deshaun Jackson with a speed guy and John Hightower.
Yeah. Hold on.
What's up?
Because I love you.
Uh-huh.
So you just gave up all that to go get the best wide out in the draft, which I flat out love. Okay?
Yeah.
Flat out love you for it.
Yeah.
What the hell are you going and doing, drafting another wide receiver now when you gave up all these picks? Are you
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What is the Pac-12?
You gotta get
the Pac-12, Ralphie?
Yeah, we're flying, baby. We're flying like a goddamn eagle.
You
we're
ruined
flying like
everything
an
you
eagle.
did with
I love it. I
Hightower.
love it.
Hightower.
John Hightower.
Hightower to Deshaun.
Yeah.
You can't go 2 wide. You can't.
No. I'm not comparing John Hightower to Deshaun. I'm saying he could be the replacement of Deshaun because Deshaun can't stay healthy for 3 games, Tommy.
2 of them. You give up all them assets for Jeudy, which I love. I'm on board with.
Absolutely.
You can't then go in the 3rd round and then draft another wide receiver.
That's a 4th-round pick. It's a 4th-round guy.
You can't have 2 of your 4 picks being wideouts when you give up all them assets. No, you
can.
No, you can't.
Who said you can't? Roger Goodell?
The NFL and the way drafting works. You be fired day 1. You be gone. You be out the door. You be sitting right with the fans. You be right with the fans after that pick. Hightower. I can't wait for you to bring the jersey and hand it to him.
I can't wait either.
And I'll be yelling in the meeting.
And you'd be so jealous.
Boss.
Like, yo, how do I get up there? I'd be like, you should have taken Hightower. But you did it.
Go back to your double dip wide receivers. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was texting Rice saying I'm not going to let this happen.
And then you obviously, I went J.R. Reed, safety from Georgia. Like you said, Tommy. J.R. Reed, baby. J.R. Reed. He's the best defensive player on the board. That was still at that pick.
He's got the good last name.
Jules, we talk about pedigree, but why is he that? Why in so many mocks is he that far down? Like, I feel like he's more of a third round guy.
Yeah, I don't really know the knock on him either.
It's strange.
You know?
Best mock. It is what it is. John Hightower. You're just a hater. That's all. He froze up. I'll wait until he comes back.
Ooh, he doesn't even look comfortable in that spot either.
I know.
Oh dear.
I love it.
A lot of people liked your mock, by the way, Ralphie.
Thank you.
Somebody likes the mock.
Marquez says, Ralph, I love you, man, but imagine giving that up and Justin Jefferson, Lamb, and Ruggs end up being better or as good. You want Howie crucified?
No, because I'm getting the best wide receiver in the draft. Obviously, he's the best route runner in the draft.
But he's saying, what if you gave all that up and those guys are all better than him? They turn out to be better than him. What are you saying now? Because then there's a ton of assets that you gave up for. Well, again, I don't think it's likely that they're going to end up better than him. But in his situation, what if it is? You're having a situation where you gave up all that for a guy who ended up being the sixth best wide receiver in the draft.
Situation, though.
Say that again?
In that situation right there, if he's still on the board and you have that ammo to go up and get him, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. You have to go up and get him at that point, right? You would. I would.
Yeah, but look at the Falcons, right? You know, are they going to regret the Julio?
Yeah, do they regret giving that up for Julio?
If you target a guy properly, and that's your guy, you shouldn't be concerned about what else is there.
Agreed.
Or what else could be better. You should say, well, this guy's my best guy on the board. He's my best player. I'll take him.
Let's go. See, I mean, I'm just
a lot of love for Ralphie, man. A lot of love for Ralphie.
He's been due. Yeah. He's been due. JD says, why not? Because Jeffrey is as good as gone, and Deshaun can't stay healthy. So it's not crazy, Ralph.
Thank you. Thank you, Jack.
Put mine up there.
Go ahead, Jules. We'll pull Jules up here. Oh my God! There he is.
Hey, we got a little bit of exciting.
I got some stuff here.
It's only the Mr. Safety going and getting his safety in the first round. Okay, Xavier McKinney falling to 21. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not passing on him. All right, you talk about a guy that will peel your cat back, who can actually blitz off the edge, get good pressure on the quarterback, and play down the box, cover, tackle on open field. Best safety in this class by far, hands down. Number 2, we got.
Don't agree more, Jules.
We got Shenault at 53, just because I can't pass up on the potential on this kid. I know the injury factor is there, but if you look back a couple years ago when we drafted Sidney Jones, you know, we knew what his history was with injuries, and corner was a huge need when we drafted him. Just like receiver is a huge need this year. So, you know, I think if we just I know you can't really bypass the injuries, but you just can't pass up on him at 53. Yeah. I wouldn't take him in the first round. Even if he traded back in the first, I wouldn't take him. But second round, I'm not passing up on him. We'll go to the third round. We'll get Troy Dye, linebacker from Oregon. You just have to get at least a linebacker in the first 3 rounds. One of the first 3 rounds. You know, he's a good downhill linebacker. He has good athleticism. He can cover and he can tackle from sideline to sideline. I mean, he'll be better than anybody that we have right now. I know, Greg, you're not ready to give the reins to TJ Edwards just yet, as either am I. So I think he can fill a huge need there. Devin Duvernay at a wide receiver at Texas. You're going to have to come away, in my opinion, you're going to have to come away with 2 wide receivers in this draft. Whether it's the 4th round or even after the 4th round, you're going to have to come away with 2 of them. Just don't double dip in the first 2 rounds. You just can't afford that. And then the last two picks, Ben Bredeson, interior lineman out of Michigan. That's just to add some depth at guard, center, and then Harrison Hand, cornerback out of Temple. You got to at least get one corner every draft. Whether you can have the best corners in the world, you always got to pick up a corner in every draft.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be pretty happy with that one, especially McKinney there. McKinney dropping it was the shock of it all.
Yeah,
I was, when you said McKinney dropped it, I'm like, oh
yeah, I'm not.
Hit send.
I'm Forrest Gump running that pick in, or texting it in, email it in, whatever the fuck they're going to do.
See, we got people saying I'm not taking McKinney first round.
He's the best safety. He's the best safety.
Greg saying he loves Devin Duvernay, solid hands.
Yeah, put up Jake's comment with the Chenault.
Oh, there it is. Eagles select Laviska Chenault in the second round. 3 seconds later, tears his rotator cuff, putting on his jersey. Jesus.
Please stay positive, Jake.
9 out of 10 mock. Great. Trade down from 21 draft McKinney and use the pick gains for center or swing tackle.
See, you can't trade down for 21 draft McKinney because he ain't going to be there.
Yeah.
He was lucky that he was even at 21.
Exactly. Yeah. He should be going, mid-teens to early 20s.
I can't say that enough. I mean, look,
top 15.
I do think that Jalen Mills is better suited at safety, but you just can't put all the eggs just in that basket, and hope that it's going to work out.
And plus, you don't really
your deal.
Exactly. I was going to say you don't need to put all the eggs in the basket because it's a 1-year thing. If they sign him for a 4-year deal to be the next safety, then you have to do that. But nah, you're absolutely right.
Will Parks is he's a
shit
player.
Yo, I got something real quick.
Breaking?
Yeah. This is from Jay Glazer.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, what is he going to do to promote his show?
He said Falcons have been aggressive this week in calling teams high up, including trying to get all the way up to number 2 for Chase Young.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right. I thought you were going to go with Henderson because they've been trying to get Henderson.
He also said that Washington hasn't seemed to entertain offers to get out from Jay Glazer.
That would be a great situation for us.
Hasn't seemed to entertain offers to get out.
Gotcha. Yeah, if the Redskins ended up trading out, that would be awesome for us. That would be awesome for us.
Wow. Can you imagine the Falcons doing all that to go up and get him?
I mean, they do got an aggressive GM, right? I mean, their GM is. I mean, they did it with the Julio draft. They gave all that stock up to go get him, and that's one of their needs too. Is the interior defensive lineman or just an edge rush? So, damn. Move all the way. That's fine with me. Get him out of the division. That's fine with me. Get him out of the division.
And that's exactly why taking the safety early is important. Because look at Marquise's comment. Marcus Epps on DK Metcalf in zero coverage. Who in their right mind does that? Think about it. If McLeod goes down and one of these guys go down, that's who we're going to be seeing back there.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck he was.
I was playing Madden the other night. I'm like, who the fuck is Epps?
Mike Epps?
It's Omar Epps.
Omar Epps? 90s movie.
Oh,
program. There's nobody back there.
He can't cover.
Yeah.
Pelotero says, do you guys think that his stock will drop? Mekhi Becton's stock will drop, I guess, because of the whole drug stuff. Yes, I do.
I do think he'll drop.
I have him going 14 to the Bucks.
Yeah.
I think GMs will let him drop because if you look at it, it's mostly like a disciplinary thing. Like you couldn't even stay clean for 3 months. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't not even take one puff away for 3 months. So, and
they're also one of the other things about him too is that he kind of played, in a conference and against teams where he was a man among boys to where he was playing against very, very low graded talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're saying that might look like he's actually better than what he is. Chrome likes the shirt, by the way.
Let's go.
Pick up by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
By the Bucs, and
back.
You look in the NFC. They're an issue now. Just because of that addition right there, they might have scared you a little bit before. Now they put some fear into you. Like, okay, these guys are now on the block.
And now it allows them to do one of two things. You either keep O.J. Howard and they kind of replicate the dual tight end that New England had for a little bit, or you use Howard and his potential still to then grab a couple more picks or another,
Trent Williams,
right? Another, star, not star, but another established player. So that move does a whole lot for them.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, Greg, do you think
I mean,
what's that, Tom?
no, I'm just responding to Anthony. You know what I mean? He said I was too quiet. I mean, go ahead.
What up, Ralph?
I know. I was just going to ask you guys. Do you think OJ Howard does get moved draft night because they brought in Gronk?
No.
But they also have Cameron Brate. So I mean, Brate.
No.
If it was up to me, Brate's the odd man out.
Yeah,
Brate's going to be the odd man out.
Well, it's funny because I was
Brady loves two tight ends.
Yeah.
I was scrolling and I saw some random report said 5 moves for OJ Howard, and in the back of my mind I'm like, why would they just got Mr. Tight End guy in Tom Brady? Why would they try and trade OJ Howard and then the next day they come out and trade for Gronk? So I'm like, all right, maybe they're going to use the leverage of OJ Howard and him still being young. And you're right, they do have Brate to go out and get somebody.
Yeah, they're going to go offensive tackle in the first, and hopefully they can get a guy who can play right away. You know what I mean? Jackson, if we had to trade up for a receiver, I'd rather pick Judy. If we had to trade up for a receiver, I'd rather pick Judy over Lamb and the others. And I think most of us
Judy's my guy. Tommy's been saying it for fucking 3 months now. Judy's the best wide receiver in the class. I totally agree with him. Best route runner in the draft. He's a no-brainer. If he's sitting there, if he starts to slip a little bit, just unleash the ammo, Howie. Just go get him.
Yeah, I don't even think he has to slip, Ralphie. I'll just give up what I got to get up to go get him.
Yeah.
And call it a day after that. We've been talking about since day one we were talking drafts. That's the first place I wanted to go, was go up for Judy, all in for Jerry. Go get a playmaker. Palatero says, wearing throwback jerseys tomorrow. Barbecue, beer, be safe, fellas. You too, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jay Lee says, let's get them mocks. So who's up next? Jules just went.
I'll pull up Rise because Rise got a trade down.
All right, here we go. So it's off missionary now. This is a little doggy style. All right. So enjoy.
So, fam, this is in the scenario where our guys, our 4 wide receivers, the linebackers, they're all gone. They're all gone. We're yelling at Howie on social media that he didn't get aggressive. This is what we can do to pick up the pieces and figure it out and come out of the drafts absolutely fine. What we do is, and obviously you see at the bottom, I have 2 trades in this mock.
Oh, my God.
You start out, but again, both of them.
He's going to get smoked here when he gets to later, when 127. But go ahead.
Oh, that's fine.
Proceed.
So you start out with you trading the 21st pick to Baltimore for picks 28 and picks 92. It makes a lot of sense because Baltimore is a team that they are looking to move up. And also on top of that, you're getting 92 because you're getting in the second trade, you're going out and you're trading 53, 103, 148, and a 2021 fifth.
Frank, shut up!
No notes, Frank.
Frank.
No, I'm not writing notes. I'm not writing notes.
Okay, well, Picasso. What are you doing?
Here, I'll mute his mic. Everything's fine.
I mean, Picasso. He's drawing pictures.
He's killing me. He's killing me.
He's not writing. You're definitely writing.
Yeah, I don't know why we're fooling. Your mic's muted, Frank. We can't hear you.
Put him in the bathroom. Put him in the bathroom.
We love you, but it's not the artwork.
Yes, thank you. You're trading 53, 103, 145, and a fifth to move from 53 to 39. So in a way, you're trading back, but then you're trading forward, and both of those trades help one another because instead of going back and moving forward and you're having a big gap, you're actually moving up from 103 to 92. So where you're moving up in 2 different spots. From
I like the first 2. Go ahead. I like the first 2.
So you're getting Jalen Reagor, who's a home run hitter, and he has the ability to go play on the outside and in the slot. Then you're getting Grant Delpit to where he's not going to be there at 53. Grant Delpit, if you go back 1 calendar year, he was just outside of a top 10 talent. You look at what he was at LSU. We talk about guys that are winners. Grant Delpit immediately can slide right in and be a safety option. Then you're going 92, Logan Wilson, who has been in contact with the Eagles, at least in my view, more than any other linebacker available outside of the first round. They've been talking to him a lot. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And on top of that,
good old Cowboy.
Say that again?
Said he's good old Cowboy, Wyoming Cowboy.
And I don't think he would be available later at 103, for example. So you're getting him at 92. Then 127, I'm getting Antonio Gandy Golden. When you go out and you look at him, number one, I don't know. We can't guarantee that Alshon's going to be here. But even if he is here, you're having a situation, a wide receiver core of Deshaun, Alshon, Reagor. You have Gandy Golden, and then the second round pick from last year.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside?
Yes.
J-Jaw.
Those are
How
your
can you
five.
forget him?
Yeah,
Well,
but
because-
Ward's going to make this team. It's just too many receivers, guys. You're not going to – I'm telling you, they're not drafting 2 receivers in this draft that are going to make this team. There's too many.
I completely
There's too
disagree.
There's too many.
They have to take –
This isn't fantasy football. This isn't fantasy football, right? You're not going to draft 2 receivers out of your first 4 picks. You're not going to do it. There's too many holes. This team loves to build up front. There's no shot in hell. Listen, if they draft 2 receivers in the first 4 rounds, I'll stop talking for a week. I won't do a damn show. If they draft 2, that's how much money I'm willing to put on it. There is 0 shot that happens. 0. Listen, they got to look for the future in terms of a center. They got to look in the guard center somewhere in the first 4 rounds, right? They got to get a linebacker, right? The safety, the first 2 picks I love. I mean, they're the first 3. Linebacker, safety, wide receiver. But after that, now you got to go out. They're going to probably go offensive lineman. Maybe, I'll agree with the corner because you can't have too many. But they'll probably go. They're not going to draft another wide receiver. You know what I mean?
No, the only way they don't draft 2 wide receivers in the 4th is
when have they had a history of that? Tell me their history of that. Right? They just used a second-round pick on a guy you forgot about, but they can't because they used a second-round pick on him, and he's only 1 year down. You're going to move him to your 5th wide receiver when you just used that much of an asset on him, and now you're going to go back to the well. 2 out of 4.
I'm not using him as a 5th wide receiver. I'm not using him
as your 5th. You didn't even know his name.
In no particular. Well, I don't know his name because he didn't do anything in his first year.
Okay,
so I mean, at the end,
you're 1.
Okay,
you're not going to write them off. You're not going to say, okay, well, I'm going to go draft 2 receivers in the first 4 rounds. Forget other holes. Like this is the Pac-12.
What other holes? I addressed the other 2 holes in the first 4 picks.
What other holes? You got to build your team. You got to draft offensive linemen. You can't just forget about stuff. You can't go 2 receivers in the first.
I'm forgetting about stuff. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about common sense. You're not going to draft 2 receivers in the first 4 rounds when you just used a second-round pick last year on one. It's common sense. They're not going to fill up their roster like that. They're not going to do it.
It's their number 1 need, and if you don't get one of the top,
I don't give a shit if there's number 1 need. They're not going to go 2 out of 4.
Okay,
if they're drafting a guy in the first round, you guys then believe that then you guys can't trust your own goddamn mocks then. Both of you. If you're going receiver in the first round, you're sure as fuck not going back to 1 in the 4th. You just trusted yourself to draft the 1. This is real life. This isn't like, I can do mocks and they're going to just come out and this is the way they're going to do it. This is real life football. You just both trusted yourself in the first round to draft 1. Now you're going back in the 4th. So that means you don't trust your first round pick. You don't trust it then. So why pick them? So you 2 explain that to me. Why pick the guy in the first round to then go back to the well again? You obviously don't trust your pick.
No,
because that's a bad GM. That's a bad GM. That's, hey, let me take 1 million of them so one of them sticks. That's what bad GMs do.
No. You have 2 guys that are not going to be on the roster at the end of next season.
Who's not going to be on the roster, right? Greg Ward's better than your 4th round pick. Okay, he's got more impact in the NFL than your 4th round pick.
So when you have Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey who can't stay healthy for more than 5 games combined last year.
So you're going to use all your picks this year for another year.
In a wide receiver loaded draft, absolutely. It's
not receiver loaded 10 picks. It's not receiver loaded 10 guys are going to be impactful NFL wide receivers. Well, not that loaded.
Well, it's pretty friggin' loaded.
Listen, this team has more of a history of landing later round linemen than they do skill position. It's just the way it is, and most teams do. So you're wasting a 4th round pick, both of you, when you could go an opposite way and you just both use a first-round pick on wide receiver. It's one thing if you don't. If you're using a second-round pick on wide receiver, you come back in the fourth, that's a different conversation. But you both just trusted yourself to draft one in the first. I can't go back to the well again. I drafted one in the second and the first in the last 2 years. Them two better be able to play. They got to be able to play. It's that simple. And you can say no to me, both of you, but it's facts. If you're drafted in the second round, different conversation. You both went first-round picks to address a major need. We all agree. Love both of your first-round picks. But you can't go back again. Somebody tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
How? You haven't explained it yet.
Alshon's hurt at least till December anyway.
What does Alshon have to do with it? You were talking about 3 wide receivers then. You just drafted 2 of them. 2 wide receivers should be able to be 1, 2.
So you only had Deshaun and Greg Ward.
Bro, I'm talking about you just drafted JJ and you just drafted either Judy or Reagor in the first round. Okay, so now you're talking about 2 out of the last 2 years when you went second-round pick, first-round pick wide receivers. Them two got to be able to play.
Well, they obviously missed that, at least right now, on J-Jaw.
So you're going back to it? And
you got to fix it.
Greg, they just used their first-round pick to address it.
Okay.
How much addressing you want to do? You don't want to get your roster better?
You missed another one position. Pick, so you got to throw enough shit against the wall.
That's fucking amateur hour. Throwing stuff against the wall. That's amateur hour.
Look at what we're dealing with.
That's not realistic. That's not how it's going to work. That's bad late round picks. Receiver. Guys, you just used it. You just addressed it in a great way. Right? Okay. I'm giving you guys both options to debate me on why you go back to the well.
Well, I told you why I went back.
Yeah, I told you.
I told you why I went to John Hightower, because I know that Deshaun Jackson can't stay healthy. So you can
stop.
It is about.
Deshaun and Alshon have nothing to do with the conversation. Deshaun and Alshon have zero to do with the conversation. How many wide receivers do you all want? You just drafted 2 of them with your first 2 picks.
Why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing?
What are you going to use all assets on wide receivers?
I didn't use all my fucking assets on a wide receiver.
You used 2 out of 4.
Okay.
That's not using all my assets. That's half my assets. That's not using both of you. That's not using almost all my assets. That's 2 out of 4, which is 50% if we're doing math.
We have 3 more picks.
And you have 2 out of 4 wide receivers that are currently on your team that can't stay healthy.
What do them two have to do with the 2 you just drafted? 1 in the first round and 1 in the second.
Replace them.
You have to replace them.
You just did. Okay, you just did. You just used the first round pick on a wide receiver. How many you fucking want? How many? It makes 0 sense.
Tommy,
oh my God! Hey, let's draft 100 wide receivers.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that.
100 wide receivers.
The trade picks
right, you keep counting. It makes 0 sense because you just.
That's fine. That's
how many times are you going to do it? How many times are you guys going to do it? You just did it.
I'm just showing you how you're going to do it.
Oh my God! I can't wait. I cannot wait. I
can't wait.
0 shot. I'll put all my reputation on 0 shot. 0 shot. 0 shot. Y'all just all wide receivered up in here. And can't think that, hey, there's other positions that are needed. There's other things. You win up front in this league. You don't win just at the wide receiver position. You just use a first-round pick on him. You better be able to play. Because if he can't play, your fourth ain't going to be able to play. Come on. Debate that. You just use a first-round pick on him.
The line play isn't a top weakness. So why do I need to go to the
line? Has been banged up all over the place. An offensive left.
Has your wide receivers.
Excuse me. How many you want, Ralphie? How many you want, Rye? Are we doing fantasy football or are we putting together a real roster? Is it fantasy football or a real roster?
Oh,
tell me that. Because this is fantasy land.
Fantasy
land. We're going to have 5 wide receivers that are all put money into or assets into.
Why not?
That's not how it works.
Why not?
That's not how it works.
You talk about what do you want?
Right, Greg Ward's making this team, brother. Greg Ward's on this team. Okay? So factor him in. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's on this team. So Deshaun, Alshon on this team. You only have really room for 1 more, and you're using a first-round pick on him, which means he's going to be impactful. So now you're going to 6. Now you're going to 6 wide receiver.
So you're
doing practice squad. Hold on. We're doing practice squad in the 4th round then. That's what we're doing.
No.
Greg Ward's a practice squad guy. So
he's oh my God. Ralphie, he was the only guy who caught balls. He's the only guy who caught balls. He's going to be your 5th wide receiver. Wake up, Peter Pan. He's going to be your 5th wide receiver. He's going to be on this team.
One that could.
He's going to be your 5th wide receiver. Why are you shaking your head to a fifth wide receiver?
I'm not shaking my head.
That's who your fifth wide receiver is going to be.
Okay.
They're not going to use it on a fourth, on going back to the well, and we're drafting receiver after receiver.
But can you say confidently right now that Deshaun Jackson can give you 16 weeks of football?
No, why would I say that? I'm not even. I told you from day one, take Alshon and Deshaun out of it for a second, and let's talk about the guys you spent assets on. You now use a first round pick on a receiver and
Absolutely.
a second round. Them guys, okay, should be able to come out and be your 1-2s if they go down because you use 1-2 on them. I mean, come on. I'm not wrong about that. I'm not trying to crush your guys' draft. I'm just saying that your draft's
right,
great.
But in that scenario,
double wide receiver.
But in that scenario, you're still only sitting with 3 wide receivers, though.
Exactly. When those guys are gone, there's nobody to go to. There's nobody to go to.
There's never a draft again, right? There's never a free agency again, right? It's all this year.
We didn't address it in free agency.
Yeah,
right. You're talking about down the road, right? Okay, when them two aren't here to follow you.
No, I'm talking about this season when they're both hurt. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, right. If they're both hurt, so whatever. All right, my point is there's another year. There's next year to draft too. There's next year's free agency. You're drafting an impactful guy in the first round. He should change it all. You shouldn't even care about the other two. So shake your head and don't draft him. He's not good enough then. You just have no confidence in him. No. You just have no confidence in him.
When they give you 2 completely different things, I'll draft them. They're completely 2 different players. They're not comparable. Reagor and Goldie Gandit? Are you kidding?
I'm not comparing the two.
That's my point. That's why you draft 2, because they give you 2 separate things. They're never going to be on the field at the same time.
Yeah, right.
Gandit Golden is
2 wide receivers that aren't going to be on the field at the same time? What's happening here? When did
They're
that
not going to be on the field at the same time. They're not going to be.
Why would they not be?
Andy Golden is a red zone
running back tandem. This is wide receiver. You run 3 or 4.
Andy Golden is a red zone target.
Oh, okay.
You have Reagor, who's going to be a burner and somebody that could be the reliable.
My point is if you trust Reagor so much, he's enough of an impact guy. That's what you both are missing. That you don't need another one this draft. Or if that guy's not impactful enough, he shouldn't be used as your first round pick. That's all. That's all I'm trying to come across, and you guys aren't listening to it.
No, we hear you. My point is there's nothing wrong with 2 impactful guys that could do 2
He's not
separate
going to be
things.
impactful. This team has a bad history of late-round picks on wide receivers.
So then we should just never take a late-round pick on a wide receiver.
No, you just use a first-round pick on him. You don't need to go back to it again then. You should be able to trust it.
When this guy gives you
That's not a shake the head. You should be.
I'm
you don't
going to keep shaking my head. I'm going to
keep doing it. You don't trust your pick then.
That's false. That's false.
Then you don't need another one right away.
When they give, I'm going to keep saying the same thing.
I don't care about them being different players,
well,
right?
That's why
you just use the first-round pick on a wideout, and you're going to go back, which means you don't trust the guy.
No, the only way that works is if they did the same thing. If I got freaking Hamler and freaking Hightower, because those are 2 guys that do the exact same thing. So I'm doing insurance for Hamler.
Okay, using a 4th-round pick on your 6th wide receiver. Okay.
It's not a 6 wide receiver.
Yes, it is. On your roster.
When the first month where Alshon is going to be
your 6th wide receiver. He might not even make your team.
That's wrong. Because Alshon.
It's not wrong. How's it wrong? You got money tied up. How's it wrong?
In the first month, Alshon is not here.
But the money's still there. So you're using a 4th-round pick on a 5th wide receiver then. It's continued to make my point. A guy who won't step on the field.
He will step on the field.
Now a 4th-round wide receiver stepping on the field day 1.
Is that unheard of?
Yes.
You say
yes. Name a 4th rounder that steps on the field day 1's impactful, and I'll sit here and wait for him in the 4th round. In the 4th round, tell me one.
So you're telling me that in the history of the Eagles or in the NFL, no 4th-round talent has ever stepped on the field day 1?
And been
especially
impactful?
because there's an injury ahead? Because there's an injury.
Don't try to switch it around on me. Name a few then.
I'm not switching it around.
Just name a few then.
I want me to go to the well. I go to the well. You want me to go to the well? I mean, come on now.
No, I'm just saying that it's not realistic. A 4th-round pick's going to be impactful year 1.
When Alshon is gone for the first 4 weeks, and you have an empty roster spot needing for a wide receiver.
Wasted pick. Most 4th-round wide receivers are just guys, man. It's a wasted pick.
All right. They're taking 2 in the first 4 if they don't get one of the top 3 wide receivers.
You both went 1st-round wide receiver. You're that much stuck on wide receiver that there's other positions.
I'm not stuck on. I'm trading back.
Drafting a linebacker and going back to it in the 4th round. Why am I doing that? I just used a big asset on one. I'm not going to go back to it again. That means I missed.
Or you want depth because
I have that. I have 5 guys now going into the year. 6. I don't.
At linebacker?
What do I need?
At linebacker or wide
No, I'm
receiver?
talking about wide receiver. I mean, how many am I going to draft? I'm going to 7? Just in case guys get hurt, I'm going to go in assuming that in one position and not worry about others?
Marquez says Tyreek Hill. Matthew Hennessy.
Comparing to Tyreek.
No, I'm just reading the comments.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I'm asking Marquise. Who's he compared to Tyreek? Ruggs?
I'm not sure.
No, I'm not talking about Jason Kelly. Offensive linemen are different, my brother. I'm talking about the wide receiver position. This team hits on offensive linemen deep in drafts. That's why I said that pick's more realistic to be an offensive lineman. I said the same thing 100 times.
They're taking 2 in the top 4. I'm just going to keep saying it. They're taking 2 in the top 4.
It's unrealistic, and it's amateur hour. It's too many mock drafts. That's what it becomes. It's too many mock drafts.
Or not enough.
Or not enough, yeah. Listen, if you think I'm not going to – I texted you about him. You think I ain't going to hold – I didn't even know yours yet. So when you hit me with it, I'm coming out of you too. I'm not allowed to go on.
Catching behind the scenes?
Yeah, because when I saw your mock, I said 2 receivers in the first 4 rounds. When you went up for Judy, what's going on here?
Okay.
I had 2 receivers, but I went defense first round.
That's what I said. If you go second round, then you might have to. But first round, it's like, I got my guy. I should be able to get my guy.
Nah, I mean, when you're trading back, it's different.
No, it's a first round pick. It's not different.
When you're trading back and trading up.
How's it different? How are you selling that in 4 years if the guy can't play? Well, we traded back in the first round. It's still a first round pick.
Guys are asking us to move on, so let's move on. Guys are asking.
I'll do whatever the hell I want. Move on. We're having a good conversation. It's a great argument. We can sit here freaking patty cake all night. That's cute for sports talk. Or we're going to get a little heated and get into it a little bit. Because there's nothing else to get the blood boiling about. We can't yell about the Sixers. We can't yell about the Fly Guys. We can't yell about freaking the Phillies bullpen. So, I mean, what else are we left to yell about? I got to find freaking something, and I found something. That's all. That's how it works. That makes good conversation, good sports talk. If we all sit here and blow each other's mocks, that's fun? That's hot in the street? No.
2 in the top 4.
Bet me pizza. Bet me a large pie. No, bet me Cookie Munchers. Bet me Cookie Munchers. I'll get you Cookie Munchers.
I'll personally friggin' deliver it to your house.
No shot, because you're not going anywhere. Okay, but second off, now Mr. Delivery.
That's how confident I am that they're taking 2 in the first 4.
Okay, and I'll deliver it to your house, and I'll double your order. You understand that? So I'll double whatever order you were getting from me. I'll double it for you.
Done.
That's how confident I am.
I'll be coming to the studio in friggin' September at 280. I'll be weighing 280 by then. It'll be glorious. It'll be glorious.
I ain't getting a tattoo.
No, I don't like needles. I'm good. I get enough needles. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, I'm good on the tattoos. So all right, so that's what the wager is. Okay, we'll get it's 2 cookies, and we'll go 2 of the 2 whatever doughs you want.
Cookie dough.
Whatever doughs you want, and 2 cookies.
All of it.
Maybe an ice cream. Maybe a sundae added in. We'll see.
Yeah. This last conversation is brought to you by Cookie Munchers. Hashtag not a sponsor.
Not an ad. They're just delicious.
Unless they would like it to be. Call us.
Danny Jock says, I bet money they don't draft 2 wide receivers in the top 4.
All right, here, get on with the Cookie Munchers.
He also said a couple of comments earlier.
Audio. I'm so hungry. Save it.
He said, where's he at? Oh, where's it at? Trade up and draft Burrow, trade Wentz for a wide receiver.
Oh, my God. Then we got our guy. One way to address it. Well, we got a receiver, but Sudfeld's going to throw it.
Oh, my phone is blowing up for this last 20 minutes.
Danny Jajak says draft every receiver.
Guaranteed to hit one.
Shut up. You both admitted to that when we did this stuff. See, you two got too deep. Because when we did this stuff a month ago, you both were like, yeah, you can't draft too many of them. If you're going to draft one in the first round, you all agreed with
I've always said draft 2.
Not when you drafted one in the first round, you didn't.
I literally have them all on my phone. I've never drafted just one, even when I took Judy.
You're an issue. You should stop drafting. You're too.
Well, by tomorrow I will be. I won't need to anymore.
Thank God for that. Well, maybe not, because it keeps guys busy.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do after Saturday or Sunday, whenever the friggin' draft ends. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Not stressing, guys. You thought this was heated? Try that comment.
I will punch myself in the face.
Not draft one.
Oh, you guys won't see me for a while.
Yeah.
I'll be on a roof somewhere.
It would be such a typical Howie thing to do, too, right?
It would be.
Yeah.
I do like AJ Dillon, Joey Todero.
Yeah, good power back.
Here's the thing, though. again, going back to how I've done 500
Why wouldn't
mocks.
you go that direction though, Ralph? Like, why wouldn't you go like if you're going to go skill position, go for a backup running back?
Because I think they're getting Carlos Hyde or Devontae Freeman.
Now, why do I want retreads?
I'm not saying I like it. I'm not saying I just think that's what they're doing. I love AJ Dillon. My issue, like in one of the mocks I had 2 weeks ago, I had him getting taken in the 4th. But as more people, I think Mel Kiper started talking about him, and now he's getting projected to go in like the freaking 80s now, to where he's going to be gone. If he's there in the 3rd, I'm taking him. He just hasn't been there.
Love it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I that's why I took one, because I'm like, I want a guy behind Miles and a guy that's explosive and fresh legs, because fresh legs for running backs, unlike you can draft one in the 4th round and they can be impactful a little bit. Unlike that, and I'm not knocking the pick. It just sucks. Like wide receivers late after the 3rd, just can maybe be. They're just guys usually.
I understand what you're saying. It could be counterintuitive, because then you're going double dip. And then you're kind of like, are they? I understand the what it might seem like on the surface.
No,
but
because
again,
if I want to throw this stuff at the wall, right? Then I go first 2 rounds. Then I just get that aggressive. I get overly aggressive then, because in the 4th I'm not going to hit it. I'm lucky to hit anything after the 4th. You know what I mean? I'm lucky. Outside of line stuff. You know what I mean? Like you'll get linemen, you might get a running back. But think about it. You may get a D back. You may. The odds aren't great. That's why it's crazy. That's why draft's nuts.
Yeah.
But there's so many misses. It's nobody's fault. There's tons of misses.
Yeah, and again, like I said, we've talked for months and months about Howie not hitting on the friggin' Shelton Gibsons of the world, and so on and so forth. But again, if there's going to be a draft, and it matches up perfectly, because again, you have so many question marks at the top given age and health in Alshon and Deshaun. I'm willing to, if they're still there. And don't get me wrong, the reason, like full transparency, Gandy Golden, I'm taking him there because in a lot of mocks, he's not there. To where I took him there because he really shouldn't be there at 127. There's a lot of mocks where he's getting taken 103, late 90s.
I get all that completely.
So I'm taking him there because I'm like, okay, he can offer you something that not a lot of people can. You can fill right in for a guy like Alshon if he's going for a month, or if he's just going, period.
But that just tells you, though, my whole argument that this tells you your 2nd round pick, you're done with that, because you can't be. You can't be yet. You go back to the well next year. That's all my point. Like next year, if JJ comes out and stinks, then you got to go back to the well next year again. But you got to give that the chance to develop. You have to. You owe it to your team, because now you're taking up other roster spots that could be a backup guard if a guy goes down, right? Or whatever, a backup any position. You're taking it away because you don't think a guy can play yet. But as a GM, you have to say, okay, I got to give him his 3 years, though. You know what I mean? To see if he can play, and you're going to find out this year if he can, and then conversation's mute. If he stinks, he stinks.
Now, say for example, and I'll ask you all you guys.
Where's your mock, by the way?
Well, it's not up yet. There's only 2 people who haven't had their mocks up yet.
All right, we're here. Get Frank's mock up, please. I'm at home. I mean, get the guy's mock.
Frank, while we're pulling it up, grab the tissues, okay? Grab the tissues.
You heard him. Grab a couple.
I'm good.
You done coloring now, by the way?
Got them for you.
We don't want to interrupt your coloring.
Who didn't go? Greg didn't go too.
Greg didn't go either.
Deppy? Well, I mean, that's the way it goes.
Jake, update. The Eagles are exploring a trade up. Elway and Howie have a strong relationship. If they both want the same player, Judy, don't think that happens, but I will say it's discussed on the Philly side via somebody in
Let's
Denver.
go, baby.
I got a good note from a guy I know, too, that 6 out of the 7, I believe, I think he said 6 out of 7 of the first 3 rounds, something weird, are somehow connected to Carson Wentz and his foundation, or the agent service that's through him, or somehow connected. Isn't that weird? JJ and him were connected. I think Dillard and him had some kind of connection in some fashion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I told me that little note. I thought that was really interesting.
Manny Martinez said, just got here, so what's up? You've missed a lot, Manny.
Yeah. All right, Frank, are we ready for you? Or
Oh, yeah.
okay.
All right.
All right, so in my mock draft, it is a trade up. This trade up is going to be involving with the San Francisco 49ers. We trade the 21st, 145th, and our first for next year to move up to 13. We used the 13th pick to get CeeDee Lamb. You know, I've done a couple mock drafts where I did get CeeDee. I got Judy. I got Ruggs. So that's actually going to give me a good chance to get one of the big three. I like Lamb a lot. So I'm going to use Lamb. If Judy's off the board, I'll take Lamb. If Lamb's off the board, I'll go Judy. If both of them are off the board before 13th, I'll go with Henry Ruggs. So I'll be fine with that. At the third pick, I got Kyle Duggar from Lenore Ryan, an athletic safety, can make those snags on defense, helping out with Rodney McLeod, Will Parks, and the Goblin. Also has some ability on special teams on both sides. He can return punts. He can also defend on special teams. 103, Van Jefferson. You know, he's one of the best route runners in the draft. And we do need to address the wide receiving core. Like, we don't know about Alshon. We don't know about Deshaun yet. So you got to have some wide receivers. They both could be gone by the end of next year, both Deshaun and Alshon. So you need to hunker down on wide receivers.
Yeah, no, man. Last draft we'll ever do. This is where it ends. Because of the virus, this is the last NFL draft.
We don't know. We might be locked in.
Final NFL draft in history. If
there's no college
make
football,
sure we get as many wideouts as possible, guys.
Tom is just boiling inside right
And
now.
I know I'm looking in the chat. I know Manny says dang with the 2021 first, but it's like, you know, it's going to be a Howie move where he's going to throw in the first.
So then draft another one too, because we give up all them assets so we can't get better with other positions next year because we use that to go up and get CD, which I love. But then we go back to the well again with Van Jefferson. You can't. You can't.
Those need to be addressed.
You addressed it.
Yeah.
You just addressed it. You all just addressed it.
All right. So going back to my mock, I got Mick Robertson. The one.
Wow, you don't even argue back. Are we this soft here? Because somebody argued a freak back with me. Are we nuts? I just argued and you went on the 127. Nobody gives a rat's ass about 127.
Well, I give a fucking rat's ass about this fucking draft. Shut the fuck
and you
up.
said you got to draft more. And you give up next year's first.
We need to draft more.
How many you want?
I want 2, damn it.
You have one. You just got the bid. You just went to 13. You just went to 13. And you gave up next year's first. So what the hell's going on? Now I can't get better next year. This is my last draft.
Whatever.
Please proceed with the fourth round pick.
All right, so I'm going to go with the Meek Robertson from Louisiana Tech. You know, a lot of people were hype on this guy. You know, as a very talented corner, very physical corner, especially when you have big play Slay and Nickel Colby Roman.
Hey, Cassius.
It's going to be a lot of people like this guy as a day 3 steal, and I hope that we get him around 127. And my last one, we get our coveted linebacker at 146, Cameron Brown from Penn State. You know, he still needs some growth to do, but you know he's got a lot of starter potential. So that is my mock draft.
I like it, Frank. I love Lamb and Jefferson.
Greg plays NCAA, Frank, and he puts together freaking rosters for the freaking Pac-12. Okay, that's why he likes it, because he don't have a damn clue about a clue. You're going to let that guy build your roster? You're trusting that guy down there to build your roster? All right? If that guy builds my roster, I got issues. If Greg is a part of my roster building, all right? I'm lucky if I win 8 games a year. All right, when we draft 1 million wide receivers and we don't address offensive line one bit, we don't go anywhere on the defensive line. Where that's what wins in this league. What are we putting together? We're putting together Mickey Mouse mock drafts. That's what I call it. It's a Mickey Mouse mock draft talk on A2D Radio. That's what it is. Now, at some point, in the first 4 rounds, and there's other positions. There's other ones. You just got what you think is the best wide receiver in the draft at 13. So I'm going to throw in the ball all day. Get in the football. Game over. Hit that pick. On to the next, which shouldn't be a wideout, which it wasn't. Then on to the next, which was a wideout, which shouldn't have been. And then on to the next. I like everything else you guys put together. I really do. All right? You had one hiccup, one speed bump, and I will expose it. That's it. That's what I'm here to do. I mean, listen, expose me when I'm wrong, because I'm wrong plenty. But this one I'm not. Wrong plenty, though. Just to clarify, wrong plenty. Greg, stop shaking your head. We weren't looking for. I wasn't looking for approval on that. You know what I mean? Wasn't looking for the head shake.
Yeah.
Good times, Greg. Let's see this slop.
You'll like this one.
Should I keep the lights on, Greg, or should I go back?
I got it. I can't.
I love it.
Oh, we did it again.
Frank, you went with this one. I like this one. I was hoping you'd go with the one I took Jonathan Taylor in the second round. I wanted to see that reaction out of Tom, where I take Jonathan Taylor, a running back, with that one. No, but this one, I stayed put on everything. I stayed put. Jerry Jeudy falls to me at 21.
That's good, Greg.
Obviously, Hennessy. I take Hennessy in the second round to replace, God forbid you draft someone for depth purposes.
No, that's a good pick, Greg. Shut up. That's a good pick, Greg. Shut your mouth.
You don't want no depth.
You don't want no depth.
Tommy hates that. Tommy
No
hates that.
Ain't that a song?
Oh, I love it.
And then at 103, I think Rye had him on
I
his
had nothing. Don't quote me. I had nothing.
Don't quote me.
I had nothing. I'm not here.
I addressed our linebacker issue and need with Logan Wilson.
No age well.
Yep. Another TJ Edwards clone. Plays a lot like TJ Edwards, just a little bit faster, so he gets drafted this time. You know what I mean? I then, of course,
get your head fixed.
I, of course, double dipped with wide receiver and Van Jefferson.
There you go. There you go. Let's go, Greg.
Tom, this one's for you.
I also went.
Yep. I thought it was going to be this one. Hold on. Can you stop for a second?
Yeah.
Love you. Again, the only difference from yours, and I think Jules is going to be on board with me here, and the only reason I'm going to let you slide is you went offensive line in there. So I'll let you slide for your fantasy draft here. What you put together. For your cuteness late in the draft, when you got cute right there, I'll let you slide because of Hennessy and not the drink. All right? I just want to clarify. You're skating through here thin ice, real thin, but you skated through. Unlike the other three. I mean, right. I feel like I had some Molly with the lights flashing.
You see fucking
glow sticks going.
Joey's comment.
Who?
You see Joey's comment? I was shit on myself.
I was shocked as hell too that he fell in the pocket. I'm like, I can't hit draft quick enough.
That's hilarious.
I'll go back to this.
So funny. Oh, that's great.
Then I went defensive end, John Garvin, and I followed up with J.R. Reed.
So we went the same route there at the end, which I like. See, and that's why I can play with your draft, Greg, because of the wide receiver. Now, what happened with Rye, Ralph, and Frank,
you're just a hater. That's all.
No, well, you gave up picks, so you didn't have the option after that to be able to address, the line still be deep in places, right? So like where Greg had the opportunity to go Hennessy and Garwin, you guys didn't have the opportunity because you didn't have the picks. You know what I mean?
I was originally
limited. So it's not like a wide receiver can't be taken there can't be two of them taken, but like Greg has the picks to do it. Mm-hmm. And that's how if you're going to take two, you have to at least go O-line or D-line somewhere, because this might be Kelsey's last year.
Yeah, my original plan at 92 was to take Hennessy, but he wasn't there. So if Hennessy was there, I was going to take him instead of Logan Wilson, and now I was going to take Willie Gay at 127.
And I would have liked yours. I would have liked yours then. Like I would have put a pass on it. And the cookies
spare money don't make no money, baby.
Well,
What'd it do? Take them two wide receivers. Let's fly, baby. Let's fly.
Listen, don't worry, Tom. Don't worry. By September, I'll be Croton Bill. I'm going to be Gandy Golton's going to have 14 touchdowns. I'm going to be in, man. It's going to be fine.
Whew.
Man. So listen, tomorrow night we got a big one.
Hell yeah.
So Jesus, we have another day of this.
Can we throw Gongos up there?
What'd you say, Greg?
Can we throw Gongos just coming up there? Just, a little love.
Oh, sure, Greg.
There you go, Greg. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That ground shirt's really coming in handy tonight. Everybody's liking you.
And,
Oh, yeah.
Janelle says, you all doing live reaction for tomorrow? Yes, we are.
Yep.
All,
It's gonna
absolutely.
It's going to be all that craziness times about 20.
And it will start around 4 o'clock. We'll have an interview with Eldrick Buckley.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll have an interview around 4 o'clock with him. They'll give us a little, pre-draft. We'll talk about what he thinks the Eagles will do in this draft. And then that will lead us up until, I believe, a 7:30 start for what's the draft? 8?
8 o'clock.
8. So I was thinking like a 7:50, 7:45 kickoff for us right before the draft.
Yeah.
It's going to be a minute. And then we're going to have guys in and out, every probably like 15, 20 minutes, something like that. We're not going to do it by picks. We're going to do it by minutes because sometimes you get screwed if teams get quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 in a row and they go quick and it's like, well, you're in for 8 minutes. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'd rather try to be fair. And guys, if your swap happens, while that's going, while picks happening, who cares? Not a big deal. We all at this point now.
Before we head out, though, let's get into dumbest thing of the week because there's a couple. There's a couple that I think. Tom, I think you could have about 5 candidates just from this show for you.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. It's overkill.
Yes, Eileen, I do have a Gronk shirt on.
Ralphie, you want to start us off? Dumbest thing of the week?
Yeah, it's not sports. The goddamn protesters. Can we just stay home, please, so I can have sports? For it would be nice to watch. Some basketball or hockey. Or, football would be nice too. Jesus Christ. But can we just stay home and be safe and not protest about stupid shit
or blocking hospitals? Right. If you want to contribute to the gene to deplete the gene pool, that's okay. I mean,
yeah,
that's stupid people.
I would like to have sports back in my life.
Yes,
they'll be back, Ralph. They'll be back.
Hopefully,
they'll be back.
Hopefully.
Mr. Greg, dumbest thing of the week, sir.
Himself.
Me.
Okay.
I got enough.
I'll let it pass.
I'm out this week too. I'll have one.
So I came up with one last night. I was talking to Ralph in a group chat, and we're talking, and then while he's hanging out with the nachos at 1:30 in the morning, and a name came. Oh no, it was the other night. It wasn't last night. I was talking to him, and it turns out he thinks or thought, I think he might still think it, that Condoleezza Rice was a type of rice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He didn't know until 2 days ago that Condoleezza Rice was a person.
We were playing Cards Against Humanity, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he didn't know that Condoleezza Rice was a person.
Wow.
He thought it was a food.
And that's why, folks, go to school.
But Ralph and Ryan, who won that? Who won that round of cards?
I don't know. I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
I was on some.
Wow.
I was
Ralph,
on some.
I'm baffled right now at that.
I took a CBD gummy, so
listen. It was like 2:30 in the morning. It was a long night.
That's no excuse.
look at Condoleezza Rice, wide receiver, Tulsa.
Drafted in the 3rd round.
Yes. After taking CeeDee Lamb in the 1st.
There's so many dumb things throughout the week. There's really too many. But I'm right with Ralphie on the same thing. It's just these dumb people that can't sit still. Nobody can sit still. And we're gonna be sitting still longer because nobody else can sit still.
Yeah,
it really is amateur hour. It's unbelievable. But but my dumb thing are the people that expect too much from the draft, right? Like in one night, because there's going to be misses, so it's like, but my dumb people are the people that every pick the Eagles make, there's going to be some people posting how much they like it, right? You're going to see it tomorrow. I'm segueing you into nonsense tomorrow because what's going to happen tomorrow night is everybody becomes an expert because the YouTube highlights come out and we're drafted, after this weekend, we're going to have guys blowing 6-round picks. I just want to let you know what's about to come to the people, all right? The dumbness that's about to happen because every pick is going to be a home run moving forward. So enjoy your weekend of home runs.
Sweeps just, I guess, for tomorrow. He says, if my airtime gets cut, I'll start stabbing somebody.
No, he's a late fill-in. He should be happy he got on the roster. You know what I mean?
Put me on with Sweeps. I'll go on with him.
Well, Dom might take Herbert at 5, and that could really make for great entertainment.
Oh, Jesus.
Ew.
Jesus
Teabagging?
Christ. Jesus
Yeah, no, I'll take the Cookie Monsters. That's all I'll go with.
I'm turning into that. I'm out then on that.
Yeah, no.
Wow, that's aggressive.
I'll stick with the.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I'll stick with the food.
Marquez has got a good dumbest thing.
Yeah, here's a great one.
Percy Harvin comeback. You always know when athletes get low on cash. What's next? Aquaman down the tube, drowns in the tub.
Right? I mean, listen, you
Just drive for Lyft.
you do know when they get broke.
Ugh.
You do know because that's when the comeback happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow night will be 4:00. Little interview, and then we'll all be on around 7:45, giving you live reactions to the drafts, and it's going to be a fun time. And honestly, it's the only thing we got to look forward to.
Afterwards, who knows what the hell we're going to be doing?
So it's going to be fun though. But I'm excited to see. Excited to see where they go at 21, or if they go up, or where the Eagles go. So tonight, it's like a little Christmas Eve for tomorrow, and I know we'll all be jacked up. But boys, I thought we put together another great Wednesday night show here, a little combo.
Yeah.
That was
Korean Baseball League opens up in 2 weeks.
Wow.
There we go.
Gotta love me some SK Wyverns action. There we go.
I don't know what that
I'll
means.
give you something to bet on.
Give me the Wyverns.
I'm so excited tomorrow. I might call out of work.
Yeah, just do it.
That wasn't said live either. Nobody heard that.
Nope.
Get the cough.
That was a sound effect.
See you, Raheem.
You can't go in with the cough. You know what I mean? Can't go in with the cough. That's an automatic call out.
Oh my God!
He said,
Marquis
that's
said,
an add-on.
Oh, Marquis.
You're not an add-on.
"Don't do that.
You're not an add-on, Sweeps.
Don't do that."
What?
Marquis
What
said, "I'm calling it now. Birds move up to 9 and take minutes."
Good night.
Marquis, that's where I end it. That's why I say the
Oh
stream.
man!
The stream just ends.
Yep.
Just ends. I almost just ended this one because of it. It ended their work. Boys, great time though. I'll see you boys tomorrow night.
Yeah, man.
Same place, around the same time, honestly, as we were on the night. So come back with us. Stay here for your draft reaction. We're going to have highlight videos going up with players as well, just like we did in our mock draft. So we're going to have a lot of fun, and we'll be answering all your comments and leading up to 21 or higher. So, boys, for Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Ralph Dellavecchio, Steppy, Jules, Frank Vespe, the family out there, got to thank our doc. Make them yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Boys, what else can we say? Sleep tight tonight. Stocking stuffers tomorrow. Get your stocking stuffers tomorrow, Ralphie. Let's go, baby.
I'm so excited.
Once you
Patrick Queen or bust. Patrick Queen or bust at 21.
Out for Howie.
Don't mess this up.
Once you jabrones put me on to this mock thing, it's been an issue. So for Ryan and Ralph, go kiss my ass. All right? Because now be aggressive. Now you're going to see a mock tomorrow. I got 3 receivers in the first 6 rounds.
I love
because
it.
of you two.
It's not addicting, by the way, right, Greg?
It's not addicting at all.
At all.
No, not at all.
Especially when we're stuck in the house for a month.
Yeah. Frank Vespe, thank you for the graphics tonight.
Yeah,
Good
man.
job as usual. Ralph, I'm just here to thank you. I'm here to be thankful for you. Jules, Jules is essential. Family, Jules is an essential worker. So continue to, put up a little money in his Venmo. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Nothing serious. Just a little flip in. Help him.
Taking all donations.
Greg sent him money because that come to me.
I'm going to Hawaii with those donations too.
Those flights did not get cheaper.
Is that the late night HD poker, Maui? Is that where you're going with it? Or
I'm going to the Maui Invitational.
Yeah, it's a great time, Maui. Little $11 buy-in in Maui. Boys, so much fun though. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yep.
So
Patrick Queen or bust, baby. Unless if we trade up, I'll go Judy too.
You just drafted Judy. What's wrong with you? Oh my God!
Ralph wants to be different.
Condoleezza Rice.
Yeah, we hear him.
Not a Rice.
Bam! Thanks for joining us. Come back tomorrow. We'll be here. We love you. A2D Radio, A2D live shows daily. We're not going nowhere through all this nonsense. We're still going to be here. So peace out. Sleep tight. Draft day tomorrow. Greg probably watched the movie 5 times tonight. Anything else, boys?
Pretty accurate.
Nope.
No. Fly Eagles fly, baby.
Fly Eagles
Over.
fly. Great show. Later, guys.
See you
2
guys.
out of the first 4.
Shut the. I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna end it.